There are a lot of products on the market right now that the general public has access to. I think what the TroopLocker has designed is something that is focused towards the military audience. It gives you the ability to put your military records in a safe and secure location, your pay records, your life insurance records, and your home inventory. And I think they've looked at it from the soldier's perspective, looking at how they can build it to best meet the needs of our troops.
I can tell you from my military experience that I've had, securing documentation has been one of the biggest struggles that we have as soldiers on the ground, because there's always an opportunity when you're moving from one place to another that your documents are lost, because we always keep hard copies, and when you put it in the hands of anybody else other than yourself, it's going to get misplaced. So over the last 18 years, I've had so many times my very important critical documents I had to have were disappeared.
The Army runs on paperwork. Being a retiree, my experience with the Veterans Administration, they tell you everything that you receive will be in writing on official letterhead. I get 3 or 4 letters a month from the Veterans Administration that I need to have secured in a location that I know where it's at. For a soldier today, especially with the deployments back and forth overseas, they need to be able to have a secure area where they can store documents that their family members or significant others can retrieve them if they've been given the approval to do that.
Everybody assumes that the Army takes care of everything to a soldier. In fact, they leave it up to the soldier to take care of them and their family. The Army does a great job of, providing you with means of, living and pay, but everything else, it's kind of up to you and your family.
I used to put in a lockbox my will. I would put in another location my group life insurance plan. I never really told my wife where everything was filed. And that's a bad thing to do. The good thing is now I'm focused that I can put it into one location with one password, and automatically, if something might happen to me or we're disconnected by time and distance, that she now has access to it.
My husband has tons of military documents. I don't know what the numbers stand for, I don't know what they mean, but if he puts them up there and with a little title of what they are, and if someday I happen to need it, I know where to go. I don't know where, if he has it in a file cabinet, I don't know where to look. If it's on this website, I can find it. I can know what name he's, calling it after. Also with our, say, home mortgage, we could put that information up on there. Any bills, any private information, loans, even just personal documents, any other documents that we might need. Aside from personal protection, you could have all that up on there. One easy website, easy for myself to access.
There are some great assets that are available to the TroopLocker. You got to remember the TroopLocker is just a platform, and it starts with identity theft protection and restoration, document storage and security protection. Then you also go to inventory management, asset management, so that way I know what I have before I move on my PCS move or TDY move. And then when I get there, all my valuables are in place, and if they're not, I'm going to get what I paid for that product.
I think having a secure location that is password protected, that a loved one can get access to both my military records and any other records that pertain to my family, is vitally important.
I believe that there are people in the Army today that don't realize how important it is to have this documentation secured and in an accessible place.
When I look at the TroopLocker and what it offers, they offer identity theft protection, identity theft restoration, and document storage and protection. At $9.95 a month, that's a no-brainer. And to me, I would encourage every one of my soldiers to make sure they have a TroopLocker for them and their families.
You control your destiny. You are the one that has to manage your records. You've got to know where they are, because at the end of the day, it's up to you to prove what you have, your awards, your promotions, your insurance. And so you've got to figure out, is this important to do? And is the cost benefit there?
Dollar amount, I think, is priceless. You have to have it. In my career, there's really, you can't stamp a price tag on it. There's just no way, because our life and money and everything that we do is based on documentation. It's based on Can you prove you did this? Can you prove you were there? You can't put a price on it.
Retirement or leaving the service is probably is when you really recognize the value of this, of this product. Being able to store your DD-214, which is the only thing you have left once you retire to encapsulate your 30 years of military service, is an invaluable service. Not only that, but when I retired, I had 2 3-inch binders full of military-related records that got reduced to one DD-214, and the rest of it went off to some storage facility in St. Louis, I believe is what they use. So just being able to access those kind of awards, decorations, efficiency reports will be invaluable in the future. And my kids will be able to access those documents long after I'm gone.
Having it all in one easy access website, one easy access program definitely will relieve the stress, and why wouldn't you want less stress?
Like I've said before, the Veterans Administration does everything in writing, and every time you receive a letter, it's your responsibility to maintain that piece of paper. And what better way to do it than in a secure storage site that's easily accessible whenever you need it.